Now this is the right side of our team. This is Huntsman Tercio. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. He's a very good player. He's very aggressive. Yet another guy I really enjoyed teaming with. His build for this particular match is he has 5 lights out the front, followed by a line of 3 foot, a Highland foot, the 88th, and 1 foot guard. He has 1 unit of militia. He has a Coldstream guard and another 2 Highland foot on the right. He has 3 light dragoons and a general staff. Okay, in the centre we have a player by the name of Daco, and Daco is a relatively new player to Napoleon. He's only played about 250 hours, and it's always good to see some new players playing such a high level game. He's actually very aggressive. He has some really good builds, and every time I play him it's always a good game. But this time he's on my side, so I'm very happy about that. And his build for this is he has 5 Prussian Fusiliers out the front. He has a very strong line. He has 1 musketeer. He has the 8th Life Regiment, and then he has 4 foot guards. In behind the foot guards he has 2 units of musketeers. He has 3 lancers and 1 hussars, and he has a general staff. Now this is my build, and one of the main reasons why I wanted to do a video of this game was not only just because of the quality of the players that were in it. I wanted to give you a bit of an overview of this particular build that I use. This is a build I use against France. Now on my left I have a Highland foot guard, a Coldstream guard. Now my lights are placed in the centre of my line, and on my right side I have 3 regiments of foot. I have 2 militia, 1 on either side, and protecting my lights I have 1 foot and 1 Highland foot, and I'm bringing 4 dragoons. The reason why I deploy like this is because I know that I'm going to play a France opponent, and France doesn't have a very good set of lights. The chasseurs and also the voltigeurs aren't the best light infantry in the game. However, on the whole, France is still probably one of the stronger armies, as they have extremely good line and they have excellent cav. So what I'm hoping to achieve with this particular build, and this is why I call it anti-France build, is because I'm hoping that my opponents, how they deploy, will be that they have their light infantry dispersed and separated away from their first line. Now, if that's the case, once I push up, I can engage with my lights, and I have an opportunity to use my line to quickly engage my opponent's lights before he actually reinforces his lights by bringing up more line. That's the plan. Now our opponents for this game, on the left hand side is a player by the name of Tyler the Great. Tyler's a good friend of mine. Hope he doesn't mind me saying that. However, this guy is probably one of the most challenging players you'll find. As you can see from his deployment, he doesn't give anything away about what his tactics are, and they're usually different in every game, so you don't really get an opportunity to see what his strength side is and what his weak side is. In Tyler's build he has 5 rifles, he has 10 foot, he also has 2 dragoons and a general staff, and 1 unit of militia. In the centre we have a player by the name of Greek Devil. He's another member from the AG clan, and like all good AG players, it is very hard to determine from their initial deployment where and how hard they're going to strike in their first assault. It's usually, when you actually first see it, it's sort of a bit mesmerising to know exactly where they're going to target, or if they're going to team on a particular one player. These sort of tactics are really good. It uses the element of surprise, and they're always challenging, and Greek is no different. He's another excellent player, and his build for this particular match is 5 Prussian Fusiliers. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of militia. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 foot guard. The 9-star general for Prussia, and he has 4 units of lancers. On the right side and opposite me in this particular battle is a player by the name of Quidium, and Quidium is also from the AG clan. He's a friend of mine and always is incredibly challenging. He's another excellent player, and for this particular battle he's brought quite a scary build. It's all basically elite line. He's got 3 old guard, and he's got 4 young guard. He's got a guard seaman, and he's also got the 18th regiment, and he's got 5 voltigeurs and 2 chasseurs de cheval. Now, part of the reason why I chose to do a video of this particular battle replay was primarily due to the fact that I brought my anti-France build, and it was an opportunity to play against a really good player against a very elite France build, to see and show people how effective or not effective it is. Anyway, we'll get into the game now, and we'll have a good look at this from the overhead perspective to give everyone an idea of how armies are deployed, and how you re-maneuver and reposition during the battle to sort of maximise any advantage that you have, or if you've got a particular problem, how you're best to react to that. You can see he's actually moving his voltigeurs now in front of his main army, and I'm still keeping my line and lights pretty much in a straight line. So his cav is sort of coming to a halt here, so you can sort of expect that his army will push out in front of that cav. His lights are now, you know, a good deal in front of his elite line, and this is sort of what I'm hoping for. So I'm getting first shot off, and he's still moving forward. That's very typical of AG. They like to get into the battle and really push hard, but this is why I've left this gap, and now I pull them back, and so you can see my line I've created, whereas his lights have had to retreat through his line. I've actually been able to maneuver mine into a position where they actually can get a clear shot off. Now, the reason I use the militia is to then push into this zone here to take some of the fire, and again I'm using this militia to push into this particular zone in here to take a lot of the fire, and I'm just pulled back my foot. Now he's got elites, remember, so I'm not going to win a straight shootout with elites, so I have to use mine advantage of my lights.
Our men are running,
and
sir.
On this side, my elites on this side. Use some of my cav to sort of disrupt his line a bit too, to give my lights a few more shots. as they're a little bit more disorganised, when they reform their line after my cav has been shot up, they'll then hopefully retarget the fencibles and not my lights. Now he's caving me
Our
here.
men are running, sir.
So it's a matter of boxing. As you can see, I've managed to box, and then I'll bring my cav in to counter his cav. My fencibles here are actually routing. I wasn't able to form box here. His cav were, the chasseurs are very quick, whereas I boxed these two elites. I wasn't able to box in time, which was a bit of a problem at the time. However, I countered once I managed to eliminate his cav here. I then countered again Old Guard, and then pull them back out while my line was re-establishing. So I've managed to re-establish a line here of my elites against his elites, and then I send my cav back in again. Now he can't box because he's less than 47 men. I've taken that opportunity to then rout that Old Guard unit. Now I've also managed in the middle to use my lights and to sustain fire on his Old Guard and his Voltigeurs, using my cav through here to disrupt while I move my flank around. So this is my strong elite line along here, and I've managed to force Quidium to withdraw, and I'll move my line around. So as you can see, I'm moving my line around to flank the rest of his units here. As you can see, Greek Devil has he sustained quite a bit of damage here too by Daco, and so he's had to withdraw. And Daco makes a good move here, and seeing that Greek Devil has had to withdraw a bit, he uses some of his forces to target Tyler's flank, and then he repositions those foot guards when Greek Devil pushes back up. Now we can see Tercio, he's making a move here now on the right side. Tercio has a guard unit here and the 88th, plus he has cav and 2 more infantry behind, so he can actually push hard on this side here. So Daco and I we just gradually pushed around here just to eliminate the rest of Quidium's and Greek Devil's forces. So it's just a matter of attrition now, and Tercio has managed to take this flank from Tyler, and he actually killed his general, and pretty much the rest of Tyler's army just routed. Okay, so that was the end of the game. I hope I'm able to show a little bit about how you can create builds to counter other nations. I quite like that particular build. If you've got any questions, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer them either on the comments page or in another vid. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.